From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group and Century Ply.
Good evening, viewers. What is happening in Maharashtra? What has happened and what is happening in Maharashtra is truly sad. Truly sad. But let me tell you the context. A large and important state with the financial capital of India as its political capital reduced to this kind of politics. But what else can one expect? When three parties, which have neither any ideological glue, no ideological common purpose, come together after failing in the elections, failing to get the vote of the people, and against the electoral logic, and against the electoral result, put together some clumsy post-poll coalition, they say. When things like that happen, when coalitions like this happen, ladies and gentlemen, it is destined to end up like this. Look at the situation of the Uddhav government. Three parties, of which two are breaking apart. Whatever is left of the Shiv Sena is now being put in a super luxury hotel, a dozen or so MLAs, and they're trying to protect them. Two parties breaking apart, a third which is playing safe, trying to run a government in Maharashtra. Ladies and gentlemen, half of the MLAs of the Sena have run away. A dozen Congress MLAs are trying to run. The third party, the NCP, says whatever is happening is not my problem. And the people of India and the people of Maharashtra are utterly aghast that this kind of dangerous political instability that was associated with smaller states earlier is now happening even in Maharashtra. It's truly sad. Yes, Uddhav will try. The Uddhav government will use its political instincts to try and survive. Looks tough as of now, but pause for a moment and ask yourself, should such a political experiment be played upon the voters? This is not politics, I'm sorry. It is ugly. It is an ugly spectacle. The MVA, or whatever is left of it, has to introspect on the cost such constant and perennial political instability takes upon the people. The Uddhav Thackeray government, or whatever is left of it, should think about the price such perennial and unfortunate political instability extracts from the process of governance. For if a government is constantly involved only in saving itself, in the morning they get up and want to save themselves. In the evening, they want to save themselves politically. Then aren't you right in asking, when and how can such a government actually effectively govern? And this has been much the story of the MVA government. It is this political mishmash that allowed a murderer like Sachin Vase to run India's most dangerous extortion and crime ring while being in uniform. It is this political instability and insecurity that's so absolute in action after the brutal murder of sadhus in Palghar that allowed the police to turn into a force which, under people like Parambir, sullied the uniform and misused the power. And for all of this, the fundamental reason has been political insecurity and political instability. Have no doubt about it. People like Parambir and Vaze fed off the political insecurity that comes with such unstable coalition governments. And what is the result? The result we are seeing now. We have seen an unending anarchic chaos. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this piece of paper that I got this morning has a printout of a confession by the same Parambir, where he says, signed before the CBI, that Uddhav Thackeray's then Home Minister Anil Deshmukh concocted a case against me. And Parambir, the shameless Parambir, the tainted Parambir, says that the murderer Sachin Vaze, according to his signed statement, was put on the job of fixing me even before he was reinstated in office. What does this mean? Can you think about it, viewers, the implications? It means simply that the then Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh openly broke all rules and norms to officially hire a criminal to fix me. Deshmukh is in jail, so I can't ask him why he did that. But again comes the fundamental point. Why do things like this happen? Why are criminals hired to fix a channel? Why are innocent citizens like Mansoor Kiran brutally killed, their body washed back by the tide? And why, ladies and gentlemen, when some independent journalists fight the injustice, are British era laws used as they were then by the Uddhav Thackeray government to silence the network? And why am I asking all of this tonight, when the MVA government once again stumbles from one calamity to another calamity, one embarrassment to another embarrassment? Ladies and gentlemen, it is because I believe that beyond power, there needs to be a purpose. It is because I believe that beyond power, there needs to be an ideology and a commitment to the people, and not a constant commitment to just staying in office, hanging on to office. And when that commitment is not there, when that purpose is not there, when that ideology is not there, that is when the kind of instability and chaos and misuse of public office that has constantly happened, unfortunately, in the state of Maharashtra of late happens. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the context to what is happening politically today. A context that other news networks will not tell you, because they were part of the game. They used the same instability and insecurity to fight Republic. So let's debate, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is the night to debate. A collapse zone once again. One calamity today, another calamity tomorrow, calamity upon calamity upon calamity. What's happening in Maharashtra? Debating too tonight. Parambir says that Anil Deshmukh hired this criminal Vaze when he was not even in the uniform and used him to target Republic, and the shameless Parambir puts this on record now. I think Parambir should be put in jail for that as well. And debate number 3 tonight. Who has the most to lose? Uddhav, Mr. Pawar, or Sonia Gandhi? Uddhav Thackeray, Sharad Pawar, or Sonia Gandhi, or all of them put together? That's debate number 3. And here are the headlines this Tuesday evening on the Debate Tonight. MVA at breakpoint as absolute instability and total chaos hits the Uddhav government. Is it time up for the Maha-Vikas Aghadi? Eknath Shinde issues a strong ultimatum to break up with the MVA, says the NCP and the Congress have totally destroyed the Shiv Sena's Hindutva position. Uddhav Thackeray holds back-to-back meetings. Sharad Pawar forced to rush to Mumbai. There is complete panic in the MVA now. Tainted ex-cop Parambir reveals the conspiracy to fix me and the Republic Media Network. There are shocking details that I'm sharing on the show tonight. Is the most shameful misuse of office. Parambir puts it on record. Vaze was reinstated only and only to target Republic. And the opposition has picked him. They picked Yashwant Sena. Who's the BJP going to announce in the presidential race? That's the big question now. And ladies and gentlemen, every government sees some degree of political turbulence, but this is not turbulence in Maharashtra. It's full-blown chaos. It's an alliance on the brink of coming crashing down today, yesterday, once again tomorrow. It's a complete disaster. Let's debate.
This monsoon has brought in a political storm in Maharashtra.
By moving over 30 of his MLAs and supporters to Surat, Gujarat, Eknath Shinde, a senior Shiv Sena leader, has put the MVA in a spot and his own leader, Uddhav Thackeray, in a very tight spot because Uddhav Thackeray doesn't have the numbers. Look at the series of meetings that have happened today. Uddhav Thackeray met his party leaders, asked all MLAs to be present. There were less than 20 present.
यहाँ समझो कि 35 से लेके 30 तक थे। लेकिन कई लोग आ नहीं पाए क्योंकि बाहर गांव गए थे, आने की दिक्कत थी इसलिए आए आ नहीं पाए। लेकिन ये समझो कुल मिला के 30 जो है सब यहाँ थे।
एकनाथ शिंदे से बातचीत करने की कोशिश शुरू है। एकनाथ शिंदे से बातचीत करने की कोशिश शुरू है।
चालू।
There are back-to-back meetings by the Shiv Sena.
महाराष्ट्रामध्ये राजस्थान आणि मध्य प्रदेश पॅटर्न प्रमाणे उद्धव ठाकरेंचं सरकार पाडावं अशा प्रकारचं एक हालचाल गेल्या काही दिवसापासून सुरू आहे.
Rebel MLAs led by Eknath Shinde are huddled in Surat in Gujarat. Eknath Shinde has made it clear he stands for Bala Saheb's Hindutva. The BJP and the Shiv Sena are rushing to win over support of Eknath Shinde.
Eknath Shinde, along with 32 MLAs of Shiv Sena and independent MLAs as well, are present inside. Their phones have been taken. Milind Narvikar, who has specially by road come from Bombay to Surat here at Le Méridien Hotel and has had a meeting. But Eknath Shinde has completely rejected this proposal.
Meanwhile, supporters sloganeered at Shiv Sena Bhavan to prove a point. The NCP is passing the buck to Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray and the Shiv Sena.
शिवसेना के पास मुख्यमंत्री की जिम्मेदारी डिप्टी सीएम एनसीपी के पास है. जो शिवसेना की लीडरशिप इस पर जो कुछ तय करेंगे इसके साथ हम रहेंगे.
But the fact that the topmost party leader rushed back from the national capital proves that something is amiss. The Congress is looking nervous at the prospect of losing power in yet another state.
किसी और दल में क्या हो रहा है उसके बारे में मैं टिप्पणी नहीं करूंगा. जी हाँ, लेकिन ये महाविकास आघाड़ी के सही जगह पे हम उसकी चर्चा करेंगे अगर आवश्यकता होगी तो, क्योंकि पब्लिक में बात करने की बात नहीं है. आपको नहीं लगता सर?
The BJP is saying it's just a matter of time.
छूबने वाले बातों से ही ये सारे प्रॉब्लम निर्माण हुए हैं उनकी पार्टी में भी, और लोग इसको बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे. इसका उदाहरण एकनाथ शिंदे जी की बगावत है. तो अभी तो क्या संजय राउत जी है, थोड़ा ठीक समझ पोलाइट बात करे हर विषय पर. त्याला आम्ही मराठीत म्हणतो अंगावर जाण्याची आवश्यकता नाही.
In preparation for a show of strength and a possible floor test, the BJP is already carting all its Maharashtra MLAs to Ahmedabad in Gujarat. In tandem with the rebels of the Shiv Sena and some independents, the party believes that it might be close to having the numbers. Clearly, a change of guard in Varsha might be a matter of time.
The party is already talking about Fadnavis for chief minister.
महाराष्ट्र अलग है तो महाराष्ट्र क्या उनकी जायदाद है क्या? हम कहाँ से आए? पाकिस्तान से आए हैं? महाराष्ट्र 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 में सबसे बड़ी पार्टी भारतीय जनता पार्टी है. लोकप्रिय लीडर देवेंद्र फडणवीस है. तो महाराष्ट्र किसी के बाप की जागीरदारी नहीं है. हम भी महाराष्ट्र के, हमारा महाराष्ट्र है.
The MLC elections win by the BJP yesterday exposed the fragility of the Uddhav government.
Until last night, the Mahavikas Aghadi Alliance had about 169 MLAs on their side, supporting them. But after Eknath Shinde moving to Gujarat, they have less than 120. Because Shiv Sena itself, out of the 55 MLAs in the assembly, they have just about 22 who voted for their legislature party leader, which means 33 MLAs are with Eknath Shinde, which means effectively 3/5 of the party is with Eknath Shinde.
From a rollback on the rebellion to a fresh floor test to the possibility of fresh elections, how the scenario will play out is anyone's guess. After all, fickle politics and fragile alliances make for frail partnerships.
जो राजनीतिक घटनाक्रम हो रहा है उसको बहुत माइन्यूटली हम ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं. इससे कुछ परिवर्तन होगा यह कहना यह थोड़ा प्री मैच्योर्ड होगा.
Let's debate.
Okay, with us today, Shiv Sena leader Sajid Supariwala, NCP spokesperson Umesh Patil, Congress leader Rohit Manchanda, Ravi Srivastava heads the BJP, Ratan Sharda of the RSS, and ladies and gentlemen, Savio Rodriguez, he's from the BJP and chief editor of the Goa Chronicle, Sujata Pandey, right-leaning political analyst, and Pathikrit Pine. I said, what's going on here? There's nobody left. साजिद सुपारीवाला अब शिवसेना से, अब बाकी कौन है आपके साथ? जितने थे मेजॉरिटी चले गए और बाकी 15-20 जो बाकी है 15-17 उनको आप सेंट रीचेस होटल ले जा रहे हैं. Do you have the right to rule? Do you have the right to rule, Mr. Supariwala?
Yeah, I'm coming to your reply. My reply would be that जब कुछ बच्चे नाराज हो जाते तो उनको कान पकड़कर फिर से घर लेके आया जाता है, और सुबह का भूला अगर शाम को घर आता है वो भूला नहीं कहलाता. रही बात some people having problems within the party, if they are going away, they will not definitely not desert Uddhav Thackeray or Shiv Sena. They have their political differences or their status differences which can be sorted out. We cannot write off everything today. We cannot start partying. The BJP cannot start partying today that okay, Shiv Sena is lost and we are forming a government. Let us come to the conclusion when it really comes to the conclusion. Before that, we can definitely comment on it. We cannot do more than that. So right now it is too soon to party that we are becoming a party and we are making our chief minister.
Let's put it this way. The halfway mark is about 1 minute, Mr. The halfway mark is what? Effectively about 285.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you had how many seats till day before yesterday? You had some 50 MLAs? 50? How many? 55.
Yeah, but I'm coming
55.
to a point.
Okay, 50.
You can,
55.
55, but you have to come. Yeah.
55.
But now we have to come to a conclusion that we also had and have Congress.
No. Allow me to complete.
NCP
allow me
together
to
with us.
No. Allow me to complete. You had 55.
Please complete. Yeah,
you had 55.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Right.
Okay.
But I am told that 35 are in Surat. You have 17 who you've identified. 17 MLAs were in the meeting of Uddhav Thackeray. Now, someone tell me, Rohit Manchanda, you tell me, in a 285 member house, if the Shiv Sena is left with 17 MLAs, how can it run the government? without even having 7% or 6% of the legislators on its own in the assembly? How does the mathematics work? Explain to me. How does it work?
Arnab, the way you said if, so
Yeah.
I don't see any such kind of move coming in. I'm very confident.
But where are your
Shiv Sena
MLAs?
would,
Can I have everyone on?
come
No,
out
where are
with
your
a,
MLAs?
Where
are the MLAs? Show your strength. Where's your strength?
No, our MLAs are. Your TV is showing that our Congress MLAs are having meeting with the senior leaders, and 42 MLAs out of 44 are present there.
No.
So,
I'm talking about the Shiv Sena. I'm talking about the Shiv Sena. I'm talking about the Shiv Sena. Do you have the numbers? No, 1 minute. 1 minute. Suppose, let's assume. Okay, let's bring the mathematics down. Let's bring the mathematics down. Let's bring the mathematics down. No. Wow, Mr. Manchanda.
No, listen.
I am asking the Shiv Sena today.
Can I just complete?
My question, 1 minute before you complete. I am asking the Shiv Sena today that please understand the situation. There are 17 MLAs who attended Uddhav Thackeray's meeting. There are 285 MLAs in the house. Let's assume you have not 17 but 20. With 20 MLAs, can Uddhav Thackeray be Chief Minister, Ratan Sharda? If he has, say, 17 to 20 MLAs owing direct allegiance to him, then how can he rule as Chief Minister?
It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing by Chief Minister who could not get elected as an MLA, nor as an MLA, MLC, who has lesser vote MLAs than the rebel. Can you imagine? Lesser MLA than the rebel, he comes and he is sitting there totally perplexed, totally lost, who could not win his own election, who could not have his own speaker, a person who no MLA could meet, who could not get any problem solved, who did not attend office for 2 years.
You don't have the numbers, then you should quit.
He claims to be running the state.
You see, Mr. Supariwala, there is no shame. There is no shame in having a rebellion. If there's been a rebellion, if there has been a rebellion and they have left the party, then they should, maybe the Chief Minister should quit.
How do you call it a rebellion yet? Why not let them come back? There are some differences which can be sorted out.
Okay.
We cannot come to a conclusion right now.
Exactly.
Okay. So the information I have, 1 minute, Sujata. 1 minute. The information I have tonight, ladies and gentlemen, can I get a moment, please? The information I have is that Sujata. The information I have is that Eknath Shinde, the very senior Shiv Sena leader,
The senior most after Bala Sahib.
the senior most, could be flying out to Guwahati from Surat. So he's going to Guwahati. He's not coming back, Mr. Supariwala. Why are you, when someone doesn't want to come back, why do you want to run after him? What is the point?
Arnab, the humility is very touching.
I think Shiv Sena representatives have forgotten that they have just had a meeting which has failed. They just had 20 minutes chat on the phone with Eknath Shinde.
Like I said before,
he completely refused to listen to Mr.
Sanjay Raut's friend did not attend.
Okay, you go ahead. I'll reply to that.
Okay, 1 minute. One of you, Sujata.
I'll reply to that question.
Only Sujata now. Yes.
Because you did not get the mandate. It was against the mandate. It was against the voters of the Maharashtra. It was against the Marathis' Asmita. You cheated. Your entire government formation, fundamental functioning was based on betrayal.
BJP has stabbed us in the back.
It's time karma has
BJP
come.
had stabbed us in the back, and that is the reason. That is the reason we had to collaborate with somebody else. They stabbed us in the back. Yeah. And secondly, one more thing I would like to tell you here.
1 minute. Sujata, let him speak. Sujata, let the Shiv Sena leaders speak tonight, for this is a democratic channel. We let everyone speak. Yes, Mr. Supariwala, I quite understand your predicament, but please continue. Yes.
Sujata-ji.
Yes.
Sujata-ji, you are telling me that Eknath Shinde Sahib has gone away. Let us come to the conclusion. You are saying why you are hell-bent on getting them back when
we have a
go astray.
Okay, we have a, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to come back to this in a minute. We have JP Nadda starting a press conference where he's going to announce the name of the BJP's NDA's presidential candidate. We're cutting to that for 1 minute. Yes, let's go live.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की संसदीय बोर्ड की बैठक आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की उपस्थिति में और सभी संसदीय बोर्ड के सदस्यों के बीच में हमारी आज बैठक हुई। और हम सब लोग जानते हैं कि 15 जून को राष्ट्रपति के चुनाव की अधिसूचना जारी हुई थी और उसी समय ये अधिकृत किया गया था पार्टी की ओर से कि हमारे वरिष्ठ नेता भारत के रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह जी और मैं पार्टी के अध्यक्ष के रूप में विभिन्न घटक दलों से और हमारे जो यूपीए के पार्टियां हैं उनके नेता उनके साथ हम बातचीत करें और बातचीत करके राष्ट्रपति के चुनाव के लिए सर्वसम्मति बनाते हुए हम आगे बढ़ें। हमारे आदरणीय राजनाथ जी ने यूपीए के घटक दलों के नेताओं के साथ बातचीत की, कुछ के साथ उन्होंने बातचीत की, कुछ के साथ हमने बातचीत की। बातचीत का दौर चलता रहा लेकिन कोई सर्वसम्मति पर आने की बात हो नहीं पाई और नामों की चर्चा के बारे में भी कोई सर्वसम्मति नहीं हो पाई। और आज हम जानते हैं कि यूपीए ने अपना राष्ट्रपति का प्रत्याशी घोषित कर दिया है। इसलिए आज की बैठक में हम सब लोग जो संसदीय बोर्ड के सदस्य थे सब इस मत के आए कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी एनडीए अपने सभी घटक दलों के साथ बातचीत करते हुए हम राष्ट्रपति चुनाव के में अपना प्रत्याशी घोषित करें, क्योंकि यूपीए ने घोषित कर दिया। हम चाहते थे कि सर्वसम्मति से कैंडिडेट आए, क्योंकि राष्ट्रपति का चुनाव सर्वसम्मति से होता है तो अच्छा रहता है, लेकिन इस प्रकार का उन्होंने जब कैंडिडेट घोषित कर दिया तो हम लोगों ने आज बैठक में हमारे अपने एनडीए के घटक के लोगों के साथ बातचीत करते हुए और लगभग 20 नामों पर हमारे यहाँ लंबे दौर की चर्चा हुई और चर्चा में सब लोगों के साथ बातचीत करते हुए एक सर्वसम्मति इस बात पर बनी कि सभी नामों पर चर्चा हुई, विस्तृत चर्चा हुई, लेकिन कुल मिलाकर के ये बात सामने आई कि हमें प्रत्याशी के रूप में कोई पूर्व से ढूंढना चाहिए, भारत के पूर्वी क्षेत्र से ढूंढना चाहिए और हो सके और हमारा प्रयास हो महिला को हमको स्थान देना चाहिए। और आज तक कोई आदिवासी ट्राइबल प्रत्याशी राष्ट्रपति के रूप में नहीं आया है, इसलिए हमें ट्राइबल पर और पहली बार कोई ट्राइबल को भारतीय एनडीए की तरफ से हम कैंडिडेट बना सकेंगे, ऐसा संसदीय बोर्ड पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड का मत था। और इसलिए श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू इनको राष्ट्रपति का प्रत्याशी घोषित किया गया है एनडीए की तरफ से। और हम सब जानते हैं कि श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू जैसे राधाकृष्णन जी शिक्षा से जुड़े हुए थे, सर्वपल्ली राधाकृष्णन राष्ट्रपति के रूप में, उसी प्रकार द्रौपदी जी का भी जीवन आजीवन शिक्षा से जुड़ा रहा और वो टीचर के रूप में, शिक्षक के रूप में उन्होंने अपना जीवन प्रारंभ किया। बाद में वो काउंसलर भी बनी और वाइस चेयरपर्सन रायरंगपुर की बनी और उसके बाद उन्होंने एक लंबा अरसा विधायक के रूप में देखा और विधायक के रूप में वो मंत्री बनने का भी उनको सौभाग्य मिला। उन्होंने सरकार में मंत्री के रूप में भी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ उड़ीसा में ट्रांसपोर्ट, कॉमर्स, एनिमल हस्बेंड्री मिनिस्ट्री और फिशरीज मिनिस्ट्री को भी उन्होंने संभाला। और सबसे अच्छी बात यह भी रही कि उन्होंने नीलकंठ अवार्ड फॉर बेस्ट एमएलए 2007 का वह भी उन्होंने अर्जित किया, उनको मिला। और बाद में वो 2015 से लेकर 2021 तक झारखंड स्टेट के गवर्नर रहीं। तो इस तरीके से उनका राजनीतिक जीवन रहा है। एक बहुत ही संवेदनशील महिला नेत्री जिन्होंने शिक्षा से अपने आप को जोड़ करके जीवन में आगे बढ़े और जो जिम्मेवारियां उनको दी गई उन्होंने बहुत उत्तम तरीके से उसको निभाया है। इसलिए एनडीए ने और
just recapping that, ladies and gentlemen, senior BJP leader, senior tribal leader from Orissa, who has been former governor of Jharkhand. She is 64-year-old and she has had a fantastic record as a legislator. And she has been announced to be the NDA's presidential candidate in the upcoming presidential elections. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be discussing that in a bit. But for now, outside Varsha, Uddhav Thackeray's residence, I have Niranjan with me. Niranjan, what's going on there? How many numbers does Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena really have left now?
Well, Arnab, this morning I can confirm to you there were less than 20. In fact, the number that I had was about 14 to 17 because only 20 came in the morning, of which there were Rajya Sabha plus Lok Sabha plus MLAs. So there were roughly between 14 to 17 MLAs. And after that, they were supposed to have a head count at the Sena Bhavan at about 4 p.m. But that did not happen, Arnab. That did not happen, which is clear. They did not want any sort of an embarrassment because if you take a head count and if you don't even have 20, that would have been embarrassing. Now, officially, we know that there are 30 Sena MLAs with Eknath Khatse. 2 of them were being flown from Delhi in a jet to Surat. Not sure whether they've landed, but I think from Surat they're now moving to Guwahati.
Okay, stay with me. Let's go anchor this segment. So, Savio, I think the situation's really dire for Uddhav Thackeray, isn't it? I mean, how is he going to get these 40 back? Unless he hops onto the chartered plane himself or flies down to Guwahati and decides to receive them himself. And Himanta Biswa Sharma will not allow that. So what are the options for Uddhav Thackeray now?
Well, Uddhav Thackeray really doesn't have much of an option, Arnab, because what you have is a relationship that was wrong right from the onset. The people voted for the BJP Shiv Sena alliance, and then you had the Shiv Sena in Uddhav Thackeray's greed for people and joined hands with political parties that have absolutely no sync with what Shiv Sena stands for and what Balasaheb Thackeray stood for.
Uddhav Sahib has never had the
So
greed.
it is an eventuality that was bound to happen.
It was not
bound
greed.
to happen.
It was the requirement of the moment, not the greed. Balasaheb Thackeray
का विचार को छोड़ सकते हो बालासाहेब ठाकरे के विचार को छोड़ सकते हो और सोनिया माता के सामने
बालासाहेब ठाकरे has supported the BJP. That is the BJP. That is why the BJP is Maharashtra. Without Balasaheb and without Shiv Sena, BJP was zero. They were given place in Maharashtra by Shiv Sena only.
And that
so
is
do
why
not forget that.
No, but tell me seriously.
Because BJP betrayed.
But tell me seriously, Mr. Supariwala, and let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me ask you.
It was not greed.
Let me ask you. See, Mr. Supariwala, see, whatever is happening today. See, whatever is happening today, Mr. Supariwala. Aaj nahi to kal to you will have to.
What is BJP doing about Lalach? What about Devendra Fadnavis saying every time, मैं पुनः yein? What is this? Is this Lalach or not? It is Lalach or not? You are talking about Lalach. My Uddhav Sahib doesn't need that. They are still ruling Maharashtra. Whether they are in opposition.
Okay, now on the debate right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, Mr. Supariwala, see, Mr. Supariwala, I request you, Mr. Supariwala, look at Umesh Patil. Look at Umesh Patil of the NCP. He's totally relaxed. Sharad Pawar is completely relaxed. The Shiv Sena is all stressed. Sharad Pawar, Mr. Supariwala, Sharad Pawar has made it very clear.
The BJP,
Sharad Pawar has made it very clear. Sharad Pawar has made it very clear, Mr. Supariwala, that whatever is happening today is your problem. Right? Mr. Umesh Patil, your party leader, your party chief has said, I have nothing to do with it. It's a Shiv Sena problem. Can even Sharad Pawar save the government now, Mr. Patil?
देखिए ये जो अभी सिचुएशन जो आप सबके सामने आके खड़ी हुई है, ये जो है ये शिवसेना का उनका खुद का अंदर का मामला है और इंटरनल प्रॉब्लम है, और यही पवार साहब ने कहा है, और इसको रिजॉल्व करना उनकी जिम्मेदारी भी है। महाराष्ट्र में चीफ मिनिस्टर का पोस्ट जो है वो शिवसेना के पास है। कौन चीफ मिनिस्टर रहेगा ये शिवसेना ने अंदर उनकी डिसाइड करना था और उन्होंने किया, और उद्धव जी ठाकरे जो है चीफ मिनिस्टर बने। अभी जो सिचुएशन है, मिलिंद जी नार्वेकर की बात जो है उन्होंने करवा दी है, और लगभग 20 मिनट तक उद्धव जी ठाकरे और एकनाथ जी शिंदे साहब के साथ बात हुई है। फील्ड पे जो सिचुएशन है, जो हमें आंकड़े दिखा रहे हैं वो एमएलएस के आप दिखा रहे हैं, बता रहे हैं इतने उसके पास है, इतने उसके पास है, लेकिन जो फील्ड पे जो सिचुएशन है वहां पे शिवसेना का जो मेन हर्ट है, उनका जो हृदय है वो शिव सैनिक है। शिवसेना रास्ते पे उतरी है, और ये कल सिचुएशन और भी सीरियस हो जाएगी।
जो मीटिंग बुलाई थी उसमें
वन मिनट उमेश पाटिल, आपको सुन के मुझे क्या लगता है, मैं आपको अगर बेझिझक उसको सीधी तरह से बोलूं तो मुझे यही लगता है, रतन शारदा जी और पथिकृत पाइन हमारे साथ हैं, मुझे लग रहा है आप ये कह रहे हैं दिस इज उद्धव ठाकरे प्रॉब्लम, हमारा कोई लेना देना नहीं है। हैव यू डम्प्ड द शिवसेना? नहीं, ऐसी ही बात है जो मुझे लग रहा है। आप इतनी परेशानी में है शिवसेना इतनी परेशानी में, और आप कह रहे हैं आपकी अपनी प्रॉब्लम है।
He never listened to शरद पवार।
एक मिनट मुझे कंप्लीट करने दीजिए। देखिए, महाविकास आघाड़ी एज ए गवर्नमेंट, अगर शिवसेना दिक्कत में है तो महाविकास आघाड़ी का गवर्नमेंट भी दिक्कत में है। बात है, प्रॉब्लम जो क्रिएट हुई है वो शिवसेना के अंदर क्रिएट हुई है, तो ये शिवसेना का अंदर, उनका पार्टी के अंदर का मामला है।
बट यू सी, आपको कभी ऐसा नहीं लगता उमेश पाटिल जी ये सब जो चल रहा है ना, कभी आपको नहीं लगता पथिकृत पाइन एंड रवि श्रीवास्तव आर देयर? You know, Pathikrit, what comes to my mind? I'm thinking today, what are the people of Maharashtra thinking? This is the government that Ravi Srivastav used to support day in, day out, morning, evening, night. He was so happy. And look at his face today. Just look at him today. He looks like he's going to explode, Ravi Srivastav today. Why doesn't he actually consider another thing, Ravi Srivastav? That you know, when there is no ideological glue, these things will happen. There is nothing ideologically that kept these three parties together. What is there ideologically?
It is the greed of the BJP which has put similar turmoil in Madhya Pradesh, in Karnataka, and finally they failed in Rajasthan. They are the people who are creating this problem. Eknath Khadse was instrumental when this government took over. When Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, who with his friendly governor took the oath at 5:30 in the morning, and he was thrown out summarily.
Answer the question. Don't run away. Don't answer the question. I'm not getting your video, but I'll ask this question to Mr. Supariwala till that. Mr. Supariwala, you tell me, what was bringing you together? If people are going to ask you one day, maybe soon, you'll have to go to the people, and the people will ask you that, Mr. Shiv Sainik, what brought you together with the Vadra Congress? Then what will you say? What was the ideological glue? Was it insulting Savarkar? Was it abusing the abrogation of Article 370?
Can I come to the point?
Was it? No, you tell me. What was the ideological glue of the MVA? You tell. Don't tell me. Tell Pathikrit.
I'm coming to it. I'm coming to it.
Yeah. Tell me.
I'm telling him.
Yeah.
Maharashtra, and Maharashtra. That was the ideology. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, my Maharashtra, my Mumbai. That is what the ideology is about. Taking everybody into consideration, development, and not going into dirty politics of religion, caste or creed. We were just taking everybody together. Yeah.
Mr. Supariwala, can I ask you a question? If you say that the priority was Maharashtra, can you please tell me how much investment came into Maharashtra in the last 2 years? If that was governance was your priority.
A lot of investment went to Sachin Waze.
Let me
a lot of investment was made in and by Sachin Waze. I don't know about the people of Maharashtra.
Arnab, let me speak.
I'm coming to it. I'm coming to it when you're talking about.
Let me speak.
Sure.
I remember the day when you were arrested, Arnab. I remember the day when you were arrested. Arnab, the day you were arrested, there was a huge contingent of commandos standing with assault rifles. Now, in that particular state, if the ruling party chief ministers, own MLAs are gone past Maharashtra right under the nose and gone to another state, I mean, it's nobody else's fault. And if it's nobody else, it is your own party MLAs and the person who has done the thing is saying that you have deviated from for the sake of appeasing your allied members, you have deviated from your own ideology and have antagonized your own MLAs. So it is nobody else's fault. It is nobody else's fault. You have antagonized your own MLAs.
My Sahib has never said that he's given up Hindutva.
For the sake of appeasing your party for
If you're asking me a question, let me speak, dear.
Arnab, let me tell you.
If you're asking me a question,
one statement.
let me explain.
Mr. Supariwala, one statement, sir. I don't think, I have a question. Are the allied members of Shiv Sena
You have been talking continuously.
Too upset with what is happening with Shiv Sena? I don't think so. Are the allied members of Shiv Sena too upset today?
Everybody
why don't you?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Everybody is.
Why don't you?
See the numbers. You should see the numbers of people who are still with Shiv Sena. If some children have gone astray,
I respect that.
Uddhav Sahib definitely कान पकड़ के उनको लेकर आएंगे. Milind Narwekar ji has been on talks. Milind Narwekar ji has been on talks with Eknath Shinde Sahib.
Nobody else. It is your own party MLA.
Okay.
1 minute. Ideology.
Okay, leave that aside. No, what has happened is, you see, a minute please. You see, Mr. Supariwala, listen to me. Mr. Supariwala, listen to me. Today you are not in a good position. And you're not in a good position, and today is the day. You must introspect. You must ask yourself that when you have to go back to the people, they will tell you that what did you do to look into the conspiracy of the killing of sadhus in Palghar? And when channels like Republic asked the question, you got so angry. 1 minute, let me complete. When we asked the question, I was shocked. I was shocked at the inaction of allow me, Mr. Ravi Srivastav. I was shocked at the inaction of the Sena government, and I asked myself,
May I also ask you a question?
Arnab,
what happened with the Kashmiris who were killed? Kashmiri Pandits who were killed recently. Do you have
Mr. Supariwala and Ratan Chadha, I'll answer the question. I want just two on this one.
What did the BJP government do about that?
Okay, I want to ask you.
When the Kashmiri Pandits were killed, what was the BJP government doing?
See, I'll tell you.
Was it sleeping?
Is it not true? 1 minute. Mr. Supariwala, Ratan Chadha, just wait a minute. I want to respond to him because he asked me the question. Now, Mr. Supariwala, I want you to be very calm tonight.
Yeah.
Because in a moment of crisis, I've always learned that one needs to be calm. It has been something that I've learnt in life. And I suggest that you remain calm too, for whatever shall happen, shall happen. If power comes, it shall come. If it should not be in your share, it shall not be in your share. You can do nothing about it. Now listen to me, Mr. Supariwala. The Congress party said that if on the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, this government considers any such thing like giving the Bharat Ratna to Savarkar, then all I want to say is God save the country. You say you're committed to a Hindutva cause. But when Savarkar was insulted, where was the Shiv Sena? Where was the Shiv Sena? Allow me. Tell me. Answer the question.
Yeah, now I'm coming to that only.
Where was your ideological commitment? You were willing to sacrifice your ideology for power.
Awarding the Bharat Ratna to Veer Savarkar ji was not the only proof of being a staunch Hindu or a Hindutva ideology. It is a political difference. It is not a religious difference. It is not about Hindutva. It is a political difference. So when somebody is asking a question, there are political differences in every party. That does not mean.
Let me ask you one. A question goes tonight. Mr. Supariwala, let me tell you one thing. There is no point, and I shall tell you one thing today. There is no point in a display of anger or a display of force. For I know, don't you know that I know? I know that your government always thought that it could display force and get away with it. Don't you ever think of Republic? 1 minute, Mr. I'm speaking to him. Don't you ever think of Republic? Don't you ever remember tonight, Ratan Chadha, let me complete. Don't you remember tonight? I want you to close your eyes when you go to sleep tonight, Mr. Supariwala. And I want you to say that we use all the force and all the conspiracy and all Sachin Waze and all Parambir and all Anil
Why do you
Deshmukh
think-
and all charges. Allow me to complete, for I shall speak and you shall listen.
Yeah,
We used everything.
yeah, sure.
But who are
No
the
challenge,
people?
you can only
Who are
speak,
the
I think.
people with today, Mr. Supariwala?
You are also using force only.
Who are the people
You are
with
also using
today?
force to shut me up.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you a very specific question. There's no use of force. My question to you is the following. For I remember, I have done many interviews with Balasaheb Thackeray ji. And I remember his strong views on illegal Bangladeshis in the country. But where were you when CA was brought in? 1 minute.
He was always
1 minute.
against
Mr.
illegal
Supariwala, 1
anybody.
minute. Mr. Supariwala, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute. For history
Yeah,
shall record.
yeah.
For history
Yeah,
shall
go ahead.
record.
Go
For
ahead.
history shall record. CAA grants citizenship to in
Yeah, go
countries
ahead,
like
please.
Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. What did Sanjay Raut say then about the CAA? Where was your ideology then? Where was it?
We have taken into consideration whoever is a citizen of India, he doesn't need to prove himself by CA. He has his documents.
You are taking a
intact.
position that is
Whichever
opposite to that of what
religion he
Balasaheb
belongs to,
Thackeray took.
It should not be. It should not be. No, Balasaheb Thackeray never told to remove the Indian Muslims. He has always said the illegal immigrants should be removed, not Indian Muslims. What we are talking about here is giving proof that you are an Indian Muslim. We are not talking about illegal migrants. Illegal migrants has nothing to do with it.
Not meant for Indian citizens. It is meant for foreigners. It is not meant for Indian
citizens,
That
of
is
course,
the level of
but it
knowledge
can
you
be
have.
in later.
How will you govern? How will you govern?
We are discussing.
No, I'm asking you.
discussing about
I shall
why
ask you.
Muslims are being insecure.
No, when
all the Muslims are
when
feeling insecure.
when your allies
If a
made
person
when your allies like today I have with me the NCP spokesperson Mr. Umesh Patil.
People who work against India should be insecure.
You see now what will you do? Let's come back to the basics now. You tell me what can you do?
Who's working against India?
Mr.
What are
Rohit
you talking about?
Mr. Rohit Manchanda, what can you do right now? Is it better to dissolve the MVA
You can
rather
say
than make
anything and get away
desperate
with it.
attempts to save it? What is better?
Yes.
Is it better to
Arnab,
dissolve the MVA rather than make these attempts to
It
save
is
it?
really sad.
Yeah.
The way you started, the way when you started the debate, you said it is very sad. Even
Very
I
sad.
say the same thing. It is very sad. Why don't we see where are these rebel MLAs taken? To Surat, again Gujarat, a state ruled by our Prime Minister, our Home Minister, and then from there they are being taken to Assam again, where again BJP ruled state is there, and just see what all is going on here. Isn't this sad?
MLAs in hotels.
Isn't this sad?
One. Yeah,
Worry about
Ratan
your Congress
Sharda.
party.
Yes, Ratan Sharda, what are
So
you
let him
saying?
worry about your Congress party. They have cross-voted the Congress party itself.
No, Congress is
Kamal
part of
Khan has come out from
Congress
MP.
is part of this Maharashtra alliance. So we are worried.
Yes, so your members
We are
also
worried for Shiv
cross-voted.
Sena. We are
Kamal
worried for
Khan
NCP.
has
We are
to come
worried.
to Mumbai
क्या
to
ये
save the party.
my question to उमेश पाटिल जी,
Senior
क्या ये
leaders are
संभव है
looking after
उमेश
this.
पाटिल जी, मेरे सवाल को जरा आप सुनिए, क्या ये संभव है उमेश पाटिल जी, क्योंकि आपकी पार्टी इतनी एक न्यूट्रल टाइप की पोजीशन ले रही है, क्या ये संभव है? कई लोग कहते हैं कि एनसीपी बीजेपी को सपोर्ट करे या बीजेपी के साथ सरकार बना ले, जो पॉलिटिक्स में कुछ भी हो सकता है। कि शरद पवार ने तो कहा ये उद्धव ठाकरे का प्रॉब्लम है।
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है। अभी अजित दादा के साथ उद्धव जी ठाकरे उनके साथ मीटिंग हुई है 6 बजे और उसमें कांग्रेस के लीडर भी थे और महाविकास आघाड़ी जो गवर्नमेंट है उस गवर्नमेंट में जो ये अभी समस्या क्रिएट हुई है उसको रिजॉल्व करने के लिए जो भी स्ट्रेटेजी बना रहे हैं वो सब मिलके बना रहे हैं। पवार साहब भी आ चुके हैं और वो भी इस सिचुएशन में जो है वो गाइडेंस करेंगे। लेकिन आपने जो बताया कि राजनीति में कुछ भी हो सकता है,
हाँ।
लेकिन अभी जो वैसा कुछ सिचुएशन नहीं है। मुझे जो लगता है मेरे अपने इंटरनल फीलिंग जो है कि एकनाथ जी शिंदे जो है वो उनको मनाने में ये उद्धव जी ठाकरे सक्सेस हो
पर ये
जाएंगे।
ऐसे सरकार क्या ऐसे चलती है सुजाता, माय क्वेश्चन इज, आज इनको मनाए, कल इनको मनाए, कल वो भाग जाए, कल वो नहीं कल वो भाग जाए, फिर को वापस आए, फिर 15 लोग फिर भाग जाए, फिर आ जाए। अगर आपकी सरकार और आपकी जो इधर जो सिस्टम है, इनका काम यही कि वो भाग जाते हैं, लाते हैं, भाग जाते हैं, लाते हैं, फिर भागते हैं, लाते हैं, मनाते हैं। ये कोई बर्थडे पार्टी चल रहा है क्या? अभी इससे सरकार चला रहे ना आप, ये क्या है? ये क्या चल रहा है? ये महाराष्ट्र के लोग क्या कहेंगे इसके बारे में?
महाराष्ट्र के लोगों का
एक मिनट, सुजाता,
it is a government which is based on betrayal. It started with betrayal. The function itself was betrayal. You know, take a series of vulgar lynching. Be the extortion case, be the home minister being charged of being the Anil Parab, being money laundering, being the bulldozer.
Sujata, Sajid is asking you something. हाँ Sajid, ask. Sajid पूछिए.
अरे I'm asking your question, you reply no, Sujata ji. Sujata ji, please reply no. एकनाथ खड़से जी नहीं गए क्या छोड़ के आपको? बीजेपी छोड़ के नहीं गए क्या?
The police is busy catching an actress for saying something on the Facebook. The police
अरे
is
उससे
busy
क्या होता?
catching
पार्टी तो छोड़ा ना?
for highlighting.
तो there should be some reason ना?
The police is busy catching.
क्या बीजेपी ने हमेशा हंकी डोरी रहा? क्या हम सब बीजेपी में सब खुश है क्या? एक ही पार्टी है क्या पूरे हिंदुस्तान में? एक ही पार्टी है और कोई पार्टी ही नहीं है?
पर आप जहां
पार्टी बची नहीं ना साजिद।
You think there is only one party in हिंदुस्तान?
वहां खड़े हैं, वहां तो आप खत्म है। आप बात कर रहे थे शर्म की, आप बात कर रहे
और आप फिक्र मत करो, आप ज्यादा चिंता मत करो। महाराष्ट्र की चिंता करने की आपको जरूरत नहीं है। शिवसेना इज देयर टू वरी अबाउट महाराष्ट्र। महाराष्ट्र में बीजेपी को शिवसेना नहीं लाई है और शिवसेना को आता है बीजेपी को कैसे टैकल करना है। बीजेपी को टैकल कैसे करना हमें पता है। जब ला सकते हैं तो हम उसको हरा भी सकते हैं। अगर ला
और महाराष्ट्र की चिंता करना चाहिए।
Pariwala is saying whether anybody has left BJP or not. Yes, people have left BJP as well, but they have not left with 60% of the MLAs. I'm sure people have left BJP as well, but they have not left with 60% of the MLAs.
The latest development here is that the Shiv Sena has taken 16 or 17 MLAs to the St. Regis Hotel in Mumbai, and about 40 MLAs from the Shiv Sena have gone to Guwahati. Now, unless Uddhav ठाकरे lands up in Guwahati, I don't know what's going on. It's absolutely, it's crazy what's going on, viewers. It's crazy. We hope it ends soon. But as I said, you know, this is what happens when without ideology you come together just to be in power. Ladies and gentlemen, on the other side, I will bring you some really shocking details. And this is, you remember this man, Parambir Singh? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the same shameless and tainted Parambir Singh is now saying that he knew